Nowadays, bearded dragon owners are being faced with a choice that seems more difficult than ever. How in the world do you keep a bearded dragon enclosure at 105 degrees? There are so many options. What do you do? Today, that question is answered. Welcome back. I'm Blake McNeely from Cliffhanger Reptiles, a breeder of genetically robust bearded dragons. Let's dive into this. You'll be able to find a detailed description of each bulb we talk about today in the first link in the notes below. We would like to note that this video is not sponsored and you're hearing our transparent, honest opinion. Before we begin, let's talk about our setup at Cliffhanger Reptiles. Each of our black PVC enclosures are outfitted with a 75 watt intense basking spot bulb by Exoterra. You may be thinking this is overkill for a room with so many heat bulbs. You're right. In fact, each breeding room has an ambient temperature of about 80 degrees. If that's the case, wouldn't a 75 watt bulb be too powerful? Well, each one of our enclosures is equipped with a Vivarium Electronics VE300. This gives us total control over the enclosure's temperatures with dimming. The 75 watt bulb is more than enough on cooler days, and the higher wattage heats our enclosures faster in the morning. It should be noted that the manufacturer does not market this bulb as dimmable, but we've seen no issues or reduced bulb life. You can find a link to the Intense Basking Spot and VE300 at the second link in the notes below. The Intense Basking Spot is perfect for custom-built enclosures because it strives to heat directly under the bulb. It can be challenging to maintain a cool side with other bulbs. The major drawback to this bulb is the usage with aquariums. Sometimes it can be hard to reach that 105 degree basking total. For reference, you should check the temperature of your bearded dragon's enclosure at 3 key spots. First, the basking spot. The basking spot is a place slightly elevated on the warm side of the enclosure. This should be between 105 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Grapevine is great for this. You can find Grapevine at the fourth link below. The warm side, or the area around the basking spot, should be above 90 degrees, but below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The cool side of the enclosure should range between 80 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature is arguably the most important aspect of bearded dragon care, so it's important to get an accurate reading. We advise using an infrared thermometer over cheap temperature probes. These aren't going to break the bank, and they're going to eliminate a lot of issues. Check them out at the fifth link in the description. If the intense basking spot isn't for you, there are several other options. ZoomEd, for instance, has their Repty basking spot lamp. This bulb also attempts to focus heat into a tight beam to increase temperature variation. Not only this, but it also comes in up to 250 watts. You shouldn't have any issue keeping your enclosure warm with this bulb. Check it out at the sixth link in the notes below. There's gonna be so many links.
It'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
If you're having trouble heating a large aquarium, check out Exoterra's Halogen basking spot. It's known to pack a punch when it comes to heat. It comes in a variety of wattages and may be best if you have a cool home or low basking spot. We're talking about the seventh link in the description now.
It's not that many links.
Sounds like you have too many options. Well, fear no more because we're gonna give you even more options. The bulbs listed so far are great, but there's an even higher end market for those wanting the best of the best. Arcadia's lineup of halogen heat lamps are just that. We've assessed them and they are perfect. Even the construction of the bulb is very high end and robust. It's even dimmable. There is one issue. Price. The bulbs start at around $15. Wait, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it is a fair price for what you're getting.
I was gonna say that we don't use them because they're too expensive, but that just isn't true. Why don't we use these?
I think the cost per bulb is a little higher, which adds up when you're buying like, what, 500 bulbs?
Right, but we buy our UVB bulbs from Arcadia, so just investigate it next time we buy. I'm assuming the transition should be pretty seamless. Almost as seamless as the transition to our sponsor. That's right, it's us. Not only are we your favorite bearded dragon breeder, but we're also the source of all the supplies you need. You can find premium bearded dragon supplies at www.cliffhangerreptiles.com. Plus, it's all at the cheapest pricing. Why didn't it go? Keep it. Plus, it's all at the cheapest pricing around with fast, 3-day shipping. If you'd like to show your support for CR, think Cliffhanger Reptiles. Did it stop or something? You have 4 great options for heating bulbs now. Please note that you will also need a UVB bulb. We did not discuss UVB lighting in this video, but keep your eye out for a future video going into detail on what UVB bulb is best for bearded dragons. Now that you have a heat bulb, you'll need a fixture. Our custom enclosures, found on cliffhangerreptiles.com, or at the 8th link, come fitted with a premium mount for a heat bulb. If you're using an aquarium, the best option for this is a clamp lamp from Arcadia. It has a wire mesh so that your bearded dragon doesn't get too close, and its construction is top tier. There's also a cheaper option by Pretty Industries, and both are linked below. 99% of bearded dragon owners do not need a nighttime heater. But if your bearded dragon enclosure gets below 65 degrees Fahrenheit at night, you may want to consider this. It's important that your enclosure gets to around 70 degrees at night anyway. But if it does go too low, you can check out the ceramic heat emitter and wire clamp lamp at the 9th and 10th link in the notes below.
This is a lot of links.
I know! There is one final daytime heating option, however. If you're picky about lighting, you'll notice that the heat bulb is balanced to a tungsten color temperature, while the UVB is daylight balanced. Check out Arcadia's Deep Heat Projector. It's a basking bulb that doesn't put out light. Also, if you have an enclosure that is 12 inches high, consider the ZoomEd Nano bulb. This will provide the perfect amount of heat for smaller enclosures. So, what's the verdict? You have a big choice. But as long as it achieves accurate temperatures, all of the options in today's video are Cliffhanger approved. That's all for us today. If you have further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or read more information at www.cliffhangerreptiles.com. If we helped you out, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more fantastic bearded dragon videos. Cliffhanger Reptiles TV is made possible by these great people, and the bearded dragon that's behind me is a hypo female from our orange creamsicle line. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay frosty.
All there is here.